Hello friends, this is Dr. Shashikant Raghuvanshi from Nagpur. In this case, I am going to demonstrate you how to do simple diagnostic hysteroscopy procedure. Most of the gynecologists diagnose pelvic pathology by simple digital pelvic examination, and I believe transvaginal probe of sonography is nothing but extension of gynecologist's finger into the pelvic cavity, and that actually improves the diagnostic accuracy. Hysteroscope is again the extension of gynecologist's vision into the endometrial cavity to actually see the lesion. We not only see the lesion but also treat the lesion in the same setting. For beginners, I'll suggest to start with simple diagnostic procedure, and gradually with the improvement we can shift over to the more complex operative procedure. In this case, I'll be doing hysteroscopy in the standing position, and it allows the good maneuver of my arms. So let's start the procedure. I'll do the procedure by vaginoscopic approach. In this case, I'll put the scope on the posterior vaginal wall, and assistant will occlude the labial folds so as to accommodate the saline in the vaginal cavity. With the increasing pressure of the saline in the vaginal cavity will get distended, and the structure within the vagina will slowly appear more clearer. With gradual distension, more and more clarity will be there, and with gradual maneuver of the hysteroscope, try to find out the cervix. Once you find out the cervix, then our vision will be focused on the fornices, both anterior fornix, posterior fornix and lateral fornices for any obvious lesion in the fornix. Then focus the external os. Here there is ectropion, and try to introduce hysteroscope into endocervical canal through external os. Little bit of bleeding will not be of any problem. Once you are in the endocervical canal, endocervical crypts and mucus will assure you that you are in the right direction of the endocervical canal. If you find any difficulty managing the endocervical canal, try to locate the mucus, and in that direction you can advance your hysteroscope towards the internal os. Once you reach the internal os, it is better to stay there for some time so that endometrial cavity will get cleared of debris and blood, and you will get a good panoramic view of the uterine cavity. Sometimes it is difficult to negotiate the internal os. By gently rotating the scope as well as the gentle downward or upward movement of your hand, you can enter the uterine cavity. So in this case, I am pulling my hand down to enter the uterine cavity. Once you enter the uterine cavity, get a good view of the cavity, then move towards the ostia. This is the left ostia of this uterine cavity. Get the details around the ostial region. Come back again in the cavity, rotate the cable to the opposite side and look for the other ostia. So this is the right ostia of this uterine cavity. There is a very small polyp at the right ostial region. You will get the details around the ostial region, then come back in the cavity to examine all the walls of the uterine cavity. For the examination of the wall, the light cable attached to hysteroscope has to be rotated. In this case, it is rotated to the left to examine the left uterine wall. Again, move the scope in the center of the cavity and rotate the cable to the right to get the details in the right uterine wall. To examine the posterior uterine wall, rotate the cable upwards, and the scope will be directed to the floor of the cavity, and you can note the details in the floor of the cavity. Once the cavity is completely examined, again come back in towards the endocervical canal, get the panoramic view so that if any lesion is missed out will be evident here. Come back again into the endocervical canal. There is a Nabothian cyst in the endocervical canal. Little bit of bleeding will be there because of the distension of the uterine cavity. Gently withdraw your scope through the endocervical canal into the vaginal cavity, and this is how the simple diagnostic hysteroscopy is done. Thank you so much for watching this video.